Good morning guys, 31st of March, and I'm just going to give you a quick look at what's going on around the plots. It's absolutely tipping down outside, but there's a little bit of news, and obviously today will be the day that we'll be filming our couple of lines for the John Denver song that Blue Star Dave is sorting out from Dave's Allotment. So we basically have a quick look around today. There's not a lot going on because of the weather. I haven't been up here for a few days, but I've just watered everything that I need to, and we'll go from there. Okay. So as you can see here, we've got a couple of grapevines, and they're going to be going in because they're just starting to bud now, so they need to go in soon. And the wooden posts that when we built the polytunnel were put in, they're not part of the structure. But they're tied into the structure for the reason being that we were going to put vines in here last year, but they died on us. So we're actually going to put these two vines in this year. They're both green grapes, and they are Muscat of Alexandria, which are supposed to be a really good grape. Okay, so they've had a good watering out today. We've got all our black currant and red currant cuttings still doing really well. The rosemary and thyme and things there, we've dug out of our herb bed. We've potted them on because we're going to be turning our herb bed over, and we may put them in a different place. So these were able to be saved. Everything else is sort of gone. So we've potted these on, and we'll be keeping those. There we have a couple of giant cabbage. Okay, they're hoping to get some decent sized cabbage out of them this year. They need to be potted on because at the moment they're in tiny little pots. Our onion sets, we've planted these on, and you'll see a video for that later on, because we plant them in the small cells because we didn't have enough of the bigger cells, and you will see that as we go. The shallots are doing well. And as you can see, all our peas and things are up. Tomatoes are just coming through here, but we have got some at home, but these are just backups. Okay, so everything is starting to come up. Some of these seedlings now need to be potted on because they've had a good watering just now, but they're going to need to be potted on because they're starting to produce their true leaves. We've got a load of compost for the potatoes. You've seen that video already. We will be planting our main crop shortly. Excuse me for jutting you around. I'm trying to keep it as still as possible. Oh, for once the sun has come out. Right, okay, so we'll come out here now. Okay, pretty much a mess down here, as you can see. We still, like I said, the weather's been that bad. We've been able to get up here, and a lot of people have lost their polytunnels. That big one down the bottom down there. There is going to be a video coming up, guys, of a look around the plots and to show you the reason why things are so, why the rent is so cheap here and things like that. But you may notice from here that the window is gone, and so is the bird. And there, if you're looking a bit closer in there, there is a couple of eggshells and things like that there. Okay, so we'll give you a little look at those in a moment. We've started sorting out the strawberries along here. We just need to dig them out and raise the soil, and we need to sort in the top of that. But as you can see, the rest of the plot is pretty much the same as there always has been. Okay, we've still got loads of work to do. We did plant some ochre in this bed here. Okay, so they're all planted ready, and in that bed there you may notice the three little sticks. Okay, and in there we also have some Jerusalem artichokes. So we need to now get on with the rest of the things around here. You can see it's starting to warm right up, and the reason for that is all of the bulbs are up now. Oh, most of them are up. The pond is starting to come into flower. The tadpoles have actually hatched, so we sorry, the frog spoons hatched, so we now got tadpoles. Okay, so we now have a load of tadpoles in the pond. Okay, but things are starting to flower now and what have you. The fish are up in there, and so it's all starting to take shape. You know, got hyacinths up in the back. Things are starting to sort of come through the ground here, even though this rough ground is, you know, what we've been chucking clay on, where we've been digging it out from down by here. So now I'm going to take you around, and we're going to have a look at the chicks. Okay guys, here we go. There we are. There was 7 hatched, but there is currently 5 in here. 2 have disappeared. They don't know where they've gone. They may be under the hay or under the straw hiding, but I think they just counted them as 5 at the moment, guys, to be honest with you. But as you can see, they're nice and healthy. So she done well, considering she was out in the open. But they've put her in this coop now just to keep her a bit safer. So I'm going to leave them alone. Like I said, this isn't my coop. This is over on Phil's plot now. So I'm going to leave her be now, and she can just settle back down with them. But that's what happened, so it was worth leaving her in place. It's now the time of year where pretty much most of your seeds are going in the ground, or into pots, or whatever the case you're doing. But there's one quite important thing, and that is when you've sown into modules, as you will see, you need to keep an eye on them. Okay, these are the onions that we planted a couple of weeks ago. They've done really well. They've come on really fast, the onion sets. I've let them dry out a little bit for this thing, but I just want to show you what happens if you don't keep an eye on them. As you can see now, this has a really good root structure, but it's getting to the point where it's starting to get root bound, but not too much. So what we're going to do now, we're going to put these into a bigger module. Normally I would plant them straight into these modules, but I didn't have any left, so we put them into the small ones to get them in. So now we're going to split them up, and we're going to get them into these bigger ones, and that way we can keep them growing on until we need them. So I'm going to place them down there, and all you need to do is get a little bit of soil in the bottoms, not too much that you fill them up, and don't pack this down, guys, okay, because the roots need to penetrate it. So we're probably about half full on most of these modules now. I don't know if you can make this out on the video, but we're about half full on them, okay. And it's just literally a case of taking a plug like this. We'll be careful not to break them, but we'll just loosen up the roots there so that they're not compact. We'll drop the plug in, and we will just firm it down into the soil. And now that has a bit more room to keep going. If you want to get the soil down in the side, use a little label just to send the soil down a bit. And there we have it, guys, okay. Yeah, so that's been planted on, or potted on I should say, and we're going to do the rest of them like this, just to get them out of these small ones, give them a little chance. It's only a very quick video today. Again, another one there. Get some soil in behind it. If you get lumps in the soil, guys, don't use them, just try and break them down, and that's pretty much it. There we are. So a bit of watering in them now, and they will settle back down, and they've got a little bit more room where they can continue growing until I'm ready to put them out. So it's as simple as that, guys, okay. Right, guys, so that just leaves me to say bye and I will see you in the next episode.